Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with his good friend, the lumberjack landlord. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing super awesome. It's Tuesday. Let's have some fun.
There you go. Well, the first thing I want to do is I want to share an article that Gary V. So I follow Gary V. He's obviously somebody that I like, respect, helps me keep my mind right, keep moving forward. And he has it obviously has an Instagram page. He referenced a CNBC article this morning,
Okay.
basically telling folks to conserve and be prepared. So I want to read his quote real quick, and then I want to pull up the article. I actually went out and found it. So this is from Gary V. Basically, this is Gary V's Instagram page, if anybody wanted to go see it. Be thoughtful about spending, as the macro economy is going to get scary over the next 3 to 6 months. So you and I have been talking about this for a while. We both think this, we've got to get through some pain. Greg Dickerson always says, good times never last, bad times never last. We've entered this period. So before I bring it up, kind of level set where you think we're going as an economy.
Pain. Pain.
Hey,
It's
like
gonna,
Mr. T, right? Mr. T.
I see pain. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. You got to remember, if they are younger than 32, they've not been through pain.
Yeah, they would have seen it from the sidelines, right? Kind of the
Right.
stands. And
Correct.
it's like, yeah, they may have heard stories,
At
but they never
best.
had to feel that pit of your stomach, right?
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is, it's like when you've been through it a couple times, so my mom was an agent in, excuse me, in the early 90s, mid 90s, when things kind of flipped. So we saw that pain. I worked in tech, as did you, during the dot-com bomb.
Yeah.
That was pain, because that was our world then. 07 in the real estate side, that 08, that affected everybody, not just real estate, but real estate a lot. And so this is kind of the fourth one. So yeah, I see it. It's not fun. You're reminded that people that haven't been through this before, haven't prepared for it. They have no idea what they're in for. They have no idea that all of a sudden, a lot of those signs that are in windows stop showing up in windows. That larger corporations make the move to robotics when they stare down the barrel of $20 an hour for somebody flipping burgers or fries. They start to look to automate those things. So I think that what people are going to see, quite frankly, not in just next 3 to 6 months, I think that's when the acute pain comes. But I think that it's going to be a long, dismal, painful, everybody waiting for the next shoe to drop, not the other shoe. It's like an octopus number of shoes. I think it's going to be painful, and I think that people have no idea what they're in for. And I think that the regret that people will have over a number of the purchases that they've made will be very apparent.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was the big, again, Instagram, very short feed. I think it was a 15 or 20-second, video of Gary kind of pointing at this article. It was basically like, for me, I always call it get your money right, right? I call it needs and wants. This is not the time to go flexing. This is not the time for wants. This is the time to stack cash, increase skill sets, get ready, right? Real wealth is made in a crisis. And I know, Gary V is very public about wanting to buy the New York Jets. And we've really been delaying recessions for 15 years. So he's kind of set himself up, I think, to take advantage. He wants to buy brands, that kind of story. But let's take a look at this article, because I have not read it. I read the headline because I wanted to find it. But basically what Gary was pointing at was, hey, delay big purchases. 76% of adults are making lifestyle changes to prepare for a potential recession. And a couple of things I want to say about this is we're a consumer-based economy. And if we do this together, and I would argue 76% is doing it together, we can cause a recession all by ourselves, which is really funny to think about.
Sure.
But let's dig into this, because I haven't, other than reading the headline, I haven't really read this. So 84% of adults are concerned that a recession is on the horizon. I mean, who wouldn't be? I mean, every time I turn around, there's a scary headline.
Sure.
If you're worried about a job loss, make arrangements, get that emergency reserve. I think I
Yeah,
saw a
sure.
chart in here. Let's just get to that. I think that's so. This is what Americans are doing.
Yep.
Um, looking at the graph, right? Delaying big purchases, paying down debt, reducing holiday spending, right? Christmas around the corner, increasing savings, staying at a job they don't like. When you look at that, which one kind of jumps out at you?
I'd say, well, we know why they're delaying home purchases and major car purchases. It's only because of rate. That's the only reason that that's being delayed. Paying down debt, that's the one that, a third of people. So we're setting all-time records for the amount in savings. We're also setting records for also the amount of debt that people have. So I think that a lot of people are recognizing that they need to pay down some of that debt because that debt's now no longer 6% debt or 0% debt on a credit card. It's now 13, 18, 24, and those 0% things are going to be expiring, with that payment fee changeover because debt's now expensive. It's not cheap anymore.
Yeah.
So that's
the one that jumped out at me was actually the bottom one, right? Staying in a job they don't enjoy. I think the last couple of years we've heard about quiet quitting. We've heard about people bouncing around. It's interesting, right? You and I both know, having been sales leaders, we pay for talent, especially top tier talent from competitors, right? It's interesting. If I was, 35 again or 25 again, I don't know. I don't know that I would transfer jobs today. And this is why. Because you can transfer jobs and get a raise, right? The stats are pretty clear. Staying at a job, you make 5%. Changing jobs, you make 15. But having also been a hiring manager, let's just be really clear about something. If I'm forced to make cuts, which can happen overnight,
Sure.
I do a couple of things, right? Low performers, easy. But often new employees get it because I don't know them yet, right? I'm not emotionally attached. So I don't know that I change a job today either, especially where I'm in the Silicon Valley. I think Silicon Valley is going to get hammered with this white collar recession.
Yeah.
I don't know that I transfer a job today. What do you think about that?
No, I agree. I think it's, you look at your storied sales career, my storied sales career, and when it comes to, high tech, we are elite of elite, right? There aren't guys that have done what we've done and done it in multiple companies, multiple times with multiple products, right? Yeah. And so the value that's there is that in those companies, let's face it, let's call it what it is, we become a legend. We become that guy's team that you want to get on. We become that guy that you want to be aligned with. The challenge is when you change companies, yesterday's trophies don't win tomorrow's ball game. In fact, right? And that's a big thing because it's like you and I, when we would change roles or change product lines or change companies, yes, you're getting paid based on your reputation. You're expected to bring that there. However, if you're doing that right now on a new product line, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I remember having to make that cut. I remember I was at so there's kind of two stories, right? First story, I was just an individual contributor. I wasn't even a manager yet. I was at a private company who was on a glide path to go public, right? We filed our S1. We were probably somewhere between 75 and 120 days of going public. And it would have been a huge liquidity event. Then 9/11 happens. And within 90 days, we had to let go of 30% of the company. Just think about that overnight change. Because revenue dried up, sales dried up, couldn't make headcount. And so in 90 days, we laid off 30% of the company. And I think it was 9 months. It might have been 8. We were acquired for pennies. Just pennies. That can happen. And it will happen to some in this crisis. And now flipping the script, being a second line manager, somebody who's taken a multiple products from 0 to 100 million, I can promise you, I don't know that I would take on that job today, right?
No.
Right. Leading a team, getting a SWAT team or, Green Berets or Navy SEALs or whatever you call that team. We always call them something elite.
Sure.
The first year sucks. You're basically trying to get references. You're trying to get product fit.
Yeah.
You're trying to get somebody to give you a nice quote. It's just horrible. There's no revenue.
No.
I don't want that team today. I'd be
No.
like, nope, just give me a patch. 12 installed accounts. I'll farm for a year. I am not landing new accounts today. Forget about it.
How fast to make Zoom a farmer?
Yeah, exactly. I'm farming. I'm not hunting. I'm just gathering, baby, gathering.
Yeah. And for those that don't know, like when you're in an elite sales career, I don't want to say becoming a farmer is embarrassing. It's just not, you're not the hunter.
Not
You're not
exciting.
elite.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's like time to make the donuts, time to get your contract renewal. It's a much,
let's have a service call. Let's talk about all your open
Oh.
maintenance, your open
Yeah.
service requests. Oh,
and that's not what hunters do. Hunters are a very rare subset in our game. They're paid a lot of money because they make it rain.
Landing new logos.
I was just going to say logo landers, right? You're out there landing new logos, and the new logo is, I mean, I landed a lot of logo accounts in my time, over 100 logo accounts I landed, and those were, eBay and Expedia and Discover Card and all these names that everybody knows. And that's why they call it a logo account, because everybody knows who it is and they want to do that business with that company. So I think that that's a very scary thing. I think that people should be afraid. I think if you don't have, one of the things that will always help you rest in where you are is being prepared to be able to pivot.
Yeah. That's exactly what I took from Gary Vee's thing. It's like, guys, or folks, right? I try not to be sexist, but get ready, right? Don't buy that new car today. Don't spend crazy on the holidays. Let's chill a little bit. Let's stack some cash. Let's get ready, because there will be amazing deals available next year, but they're going to take cash. So let's have some. That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe like an orange Lamborghini as an example.
I like it. I like it.
This is the thing. I only deny myself for the time in which I need to deny myself. It's that, that's okay. So I'm not going to pay the inflated $350. I'm going to be able to model up, and I'm going to pay 20% less, because I promise there's a crypto bro out there that's going to have to get rid of this awesome Lambo, and I'm your guy.
There you go. Well, do me a favor. Where can people find you?
Lumberjack Landlord on YouTube and Instagram, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time, as we do our live streams on Sundays.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Mike.